guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a Sephora haul update. So I normally do like first impressions updates, and that's pretty much what this is, but it's everything that I got my Sephora haul, or everything new that I got my Sephora haul, and just my update on them. If I like them still, if I want to return anything, and yeah, just my thoughts on it after over a month of trying them, or maybe it's like 2 months worth of trying them. So yeah, these are going to be pretty rapid reviews. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk for like 20 minutes about one product, just because there is so much and I really just want to like get through it. So yeah, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. If you want to see my Sephora haul update or my first impressions update, then just keep on watching. Okay, so before we actually jump into what I picked up in the Sephora haul, I did just get something in that I just did technically a first impressions on. I just didn't film it, and that is the Jaclyn Hill Bougie Rouge blush collection. So I got both of the palettes. I got Rouge Affair and Rouge Romance. And then I got 2 of the cream blushes. I passed on the luminous loose blushes, or whatever they were called, just because I really didn't feel like I would use them enough to justify buying them. And which no one mentioned this, but the box comes like this, just like the inner packaging of it, but on the top it says the name and then it shows all the colors with the names on it, which I feel like is just such a like cute touch. Yeah, so the packaging is like that soft matte velvet finish, and it has the Rouge Romance. The name on it is Raised, which I do really like that. The only thing I wish is that it was called, like, this one said Rouge Affair and this one said Rouge Romance instead of them both saying Rouge Romance. But yeah, still super cute packaging. This is the inside of them. So here's like the pinkier tone one. This is like, I think she marketed this one as the cool tone one. And then we have the warm one. Super pretty. So I used Fantasy and I think I mixed Fantasy and French Kiss, just these 2 shades. I added on top a little bit of the shade Pretty Posh out of the warm tone palette, and it's just kind of like a neutral peachy color. I really do like these palettes. I'm not going to swatch every single shade. I'll give you a swatch. So like, as you can see, super pigmented. She did say these are really pigmented, so to go in with like a light hand and just like slowly build them up, which is what I did. I just used a light hand with them. I really do like the formula. I feel like both palettes are super diverse. Any skin tone can use these, from the fair skin tones to deep skin tones can use these palettes. And I will say some of the shades seem like they all look matte in the pan, but some of them have like a little bit of a satin matte finish. I don't want to say like a sheen, because it's really not like glowy, but they kind of more of like a satiny finish. But I think that's just kind of like certain shades, because I really noticed it with the shade Fantasy, which was just like this bright bubblegum Barbie pink. So yeah, that's my little rapid review or rapid first impressions on these Rouge Romance palettes. I really do enjoy these. If you are a blush fanatic like I am, you'll absolutely love these. And then I also got 2 of the cream blushes. So these are the Cream to Powder blush sticks, and again, just a cute little like detail. The color of the blush is actually the packaging. So like, we have the like Barbie pink, and then we have like this mauve-y color. I just feel like that's a cute touch. So I got the shade Overruled, which I think Overruled is the color that sold out the fastest, probably because it's like the most like wearable of them all, or it's just the most neutral, I guess. Like, it's not peachy, it's not bold pink. So yeah, and I feel like I don't really have any cream blushes that are this color, so I did use Overruled today. I used it underneath powder. She did say you could use these cream blushes over powder or underneath. I do like that she kind of gave you a technique. I am not the type of person to ever like apply it straight to my face. I always put it on the back of my hand, then use a brush to really like blend the product into my brush and then put it on my face, I just think you get a more flawless application. And then I also got the shade Empress. So Empress is a pretty bold pink, and then Overruled is just like a mauve-y tone blush. Super pretty. I will say I feel like these dry down pretty quickly. So I do think that they'll kind of work better if you put them on your hand and then put them on the brush and put them on your face, or on a sponge like that. Not just apply them straight to the face, because I do feel like they are a true cream to powder formula. Like, they're gonna dry down pretty quickly. So yeah, I do really like the formula of these. I just feel like if you have oily skin, you're gonna absolutely love these. So yeah, I really do like everything I got from that collection. We'll start with the primers that I got. So I got 2 primers. I got the One Size Secure the Glare Makeup Magnet Primer Base. I don't know if I ever used this in a video. I don't remember, but I actually really do like this one. I feel like this primer is great for underneath mask. I did use this one underneath a mask, and of course some kind of came off around my nose, like my foundation and stuff. But I feel like this primer really helped to keep it from rubbing off. Like, it doesn't rub off as much with this primer, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, a little bit came off on my nose, but other than that, I mean, it looked pretty daggone good. And that was from like walking around, being in the heat, wearing a mask the whole day, talking, eating, like everything like that. And I really do feel like this really helped the makeup to stay on. So I think this is great for summertime and mask environment right now. So yeah, really impressed with this primer. Another one that I'm actually really impressed with is the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. So this one is a little bit different than most pore diffusing ones that I'm used to. It's more of like a gel texture. It's kind of like the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer, or I'm trying to think of another one. It's just like that gel texture. I didn't even show you the One Size Beauty one. The only thing I don't love about the One Size Beauty is it is kind of hard to get out of the packaging. So I feel like if you had like arthritis or anything like that, it might be hard to squeeze this tube because it's a really hard tube. But I don't know if that's just to keep you from using too much, because I feel like with pore diffusing primers, a little goes a long way. Like, it's just less is more with pore diffusing primers. But as you can see, there's definitely a difference in texture. This is the Rare Beauty one and this is the One Size Beauty one. I just feel like the Rare Beauty one is more of like a hydrating gel texture, and then the pore diffusing or the Makeup Magnet one by One Size is a little bit more, it's a little thicker, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I do really like the Rare Beauty one. I didn't have super high hopes for it just because I think its claim is like a hydrating pore diffusing primer. So I just kind of felt like it was going to be one of those pore primers that made my makeup slip and slide. I don't find that at all with this one. I feel like it's actually a really great everyday pore diffusing primer because I feel like it would work for a lot of skin tones. Even though it's hydrating, it doesn't make me oily. It doesn't make my makeup slide. I feel like my makeup is still just as flawless, just as oil controlled. So yeah, I feel like this one's a little bit more extreme of like keeping the makeup on, but this is still a really good everyday pore diffusing primer. So I really have been enjoying both of those a lot actually. And then we're gonna move on to foundation because I have, who let me buy this much foundation? Okay, I didn't realize how many foundations I bought until I looked back at it when I was pulling this video together. But first one we're going to start out with is the one that I did do a first impressions video on, and that is the Rare Beauty, what is this foundation called? I had mine in the shade 1N. I love this foundation. After I filmed that first impressions video, I could not stop reaching for this foundation. It's just such a good everyday medium coverage. I think you could build it up if you want to, but I like to again keep it at a medium coverage but it's so versatile because you can keep it at a light coverage, just do like 1 to 2 dots and keep it at like a skin tint coverage, or you can build it up to be like a full glam look. I love this foundation. I think it's great for every day. I think it wears really nicely. I didn't have any problems. I know a lot of people with oily skin said that it got really oily on them, that they didn't like the way that it wore, that it just broke up throughout the day. I didn't have that problem, but again, I have to set my face. I can't not set my face with powder. That's just like, it's not gonna happen. So I mean, I was using like these primers, like oil control pore diffusing primers, and I was setting my face, so maybe that's why I didn't have any problems. But for me, it lasts really well throughout the day. It gives you a good natural everyday medium coverage, and it just looks, it's like your skin but better. I really have been enjoying this foundation a lot, and I'm glad that I tried it out. So yeah, this is what I mean by, even though reviews might not be great on a product, it still might work out for you. So if you really want to try something out, try it out. But yeah, but also one thing I will say, it does come with like a little shaker. Mine has already been shaken up, so it's not shaking as much, but you definitely want to shake this foundation because it will separate, and if you don't shake it up, it's not gonna be to its fullest. And then the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation, I will say I feel like I need to try this one out a little bit longer. I don't know, I just feel like I do. I like the foundation. I don't know if I'm head over heels in love with it just yet. It reminds me a lot of my Smashbox Hydrating Foundation, which I absolutely love that foundation just because I think it's so beautiful for every single day. I just feel like I need to try this one out, put it to the test a little bit more to see how I really feel about it, because right now I do like it. I don't think I'm obsessed with it yet. So yeah, but it is a really pretty everyday foundation. I just need to use it more. So I might include this in another first impressions update just to kind of give you like my full thoughts on it. But right now I like it. I just need to keep trying it out. Okay, and then another one, which this one was probably one of the most hyped up foundations or skin tints. This is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint, and I got mine in the shade 1. This is the only skin tint I'm probably gonna like. I really want to try out more skin tints and tinted moisturizers, but I just feel like there's no in between with skin tints. I feel like they're either pretty much you shouldn't even put anything on because it looks like you did it, and they're super oily and greasy. I just feel like so many tend to lean on the oily, greasy side, and that's one thing I like about this one, is that it's not super oily and greasy. It has like a satin matte natural finish. It's not dewy, but it's not like a dry down full face matte either, but it does have good coverage. Like if I have a breakout, it's not going to completely cover that breakout, but it's going to take away some of the redness and cover it a little bit, and that I like. Like, this is just perfect for me because on my everyday basis, one, I like to keep most of my foundations at a medium coverage, and two, I just, if I'm going to go through the process of putting on makeup, then I want my skin but better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, so my skin tints is just like literally water with like a touch of color in there. So you're pretty much just evening out your skin tone, and that's not really necessarily like what I'm going for. I just feel like so many skin tints don't cover redness, breakouts, anything like that. It's just not even worth the hassle for me. So this one's a good one for me. It's a skin tint I really do like, and I'm gonna definitely use up in the summertime. It lasts really well on me, especially for a skin tint, and I think that it has really good coverage for a skin tint. So yeah, if you're someone like me who has oily skin, you want some coverage, but again, you want to keep it natural, try this one. I really do like it. And my last foundation, which is on like a completely other spectrum of foundations, this is the new reformulated Huda Beauty Flow Filter Luminous Matte Full Coverage Liquid Foundation, and I got mine in the shade Angel Food 110N. So here's my thing with this foundation. It doesn't have a fragrance, which I know was like a big deal. They did take that out. I do like it. I just feel like this is not something I would reach for every single day, which I think most people kind of feel the same way. Like, I don't know if she technically made this foundation for every single day because it's a lot. It's a lot of foundation. It's thick. You don't need a lot of this. I, again, like to keep it at like a medium coverage just because I just feel like if you go too ham, it gets way too cakey and it just looks too heavy. So I would wear this foundation for like a special event when I know I'm not gonna be able to touch up my makeup, which I never really do anyways. And it's gonna be an event where I just need my makeup to last. I want it to last through eating, drinking, talking, sweating, whatever. This one is gonna last through it. It's a really full coverage foundation that lasts really well on the skin. So yeah, this is not for every single day or like the fan of heart. I feel like this is more of like a special event makeup or special event foundation. So I like it. But again, I'm only going to use it for like when I want a full glam look. This is the foundation that I'll reach for. Then I have two concealers. I have the Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 110N, so it's the same shade as the foundation. When I first tried this out in that first impressions video, I didn't like it. It was looking so dry on my skin. It just, I don't know what was going on that day. I just think I had too much mattifying products on that it was just drying out the foundation and the concealer. But I actually had that concealer on today and I've used it recently, like more since then, with the foundation and with different primers and with different foundations, and I actually really do like the concealer. It's a good, I would say it's more of a medium coverage concealer. I don't think you're going to completely cover your dark circles. You might have to go in with like a second layer of it, but it's a good everyday medium coverage concealer. I feel like it's more of a matte concealer. Well, maybe it's more of like a satin matte concealer, but yeah, it looks really nice underneath the eyes and I really do like it. I don't know if it's like an absolute need to have it in my collection favorite, but I like it. I do feel like I like the foundation more than the concealer, which is weird because I feel like most people like the concealer more than the foundation. But yeah, I do like it. I like it way more than I did when I first tried it, but it's a good concealer and I like it. The next one is the Kosas Revealer Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer, and I got mine in the shade 0.5N. So I've been wanting to try this concealer since it came out, like, I don't know, a year ago, maybe longer than that. But I always say that the shade range was not good on it, which it wasn't. It was just so yellow of a shade range. But they did update the shade range, so I finally picked it up and I like it. This concealer, the shade works really nicely with my fair skin. So if you're kind of close to my skin tone, I would go with 0.5N. But yeah, I like this concealer. It's such a easy concealer to use. It's just creamy. It's every single day. I would say it's more of a medium coverage concealer. So again, like with the Rare Beauty, if you really want to cover things up, you might have to kind of layer it a little bit. But it's perfect for every single day. I feel like if you have dry under eyes, you're really going to like this one because it is more of a hydrating finish concealer. So it doesn't look oily on me. I really do like this concealer. And I also really love the packaging. And then we have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. And I have mine in the shade 120. So again, like the IT Cosmetics concealer, not IT Cosmetics concealer, IT Cosmetics foundation, I need to try this one out more. I haven't tried it out as its own powder foundation, but to set the face, I do like it. I think that it gives you a soft matte finish to the skin. It really helps to blur and add just a little bit more coverage to your foundation. And I do think it looks really nice over the foundation. I don't think it makes me look cakey, anything like that. So overall, I do really like it, but I would love to try it as a powder foundation just to see how it works as a powder foundation. For it to be like a setting powder, I really do like it. I don't find that it makes my makeup cakey. And then we have the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder, and I have mine in the shade Translucent. I really like this powder. I feel like it really helps the makeup to set. It's really blurring. I really think that it helps to control my oils throughout the day. And yeah, I really actually love this powder. When I run out, I'll repurchase it. The packaging on it is super cute. The only thing I don't like about this powder is the sifter, or not the sifter. I don't know what it's called, the thing that you pour it out of, because it's just hard to get powder out of it. This is the powder that I used today. So the powder only comes out of like the little line, like, I'll just show you here. This is what's engraved on the inside, and it only comes out of the middle part right here. So sometimes it's just hard to get powder to come out of it, and especially without trying to make a mess. So yeah, that's the only thing I would change about it. But other than that, it's a really great setting powder. Okay, now we're moving on to complexion products, and I have quite a few. The first thing we'll start out with is the Patrick Ta Statuesque Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. So I actually really like this. This is getting a lot more mixed reviews than I kind of thought it would. I think it's just the colors that are throwing people off, which again, like bronzer and contour isn't like blush where you could have like 4 shades of blush and you'll find one that works for you. I just feel like you need more shades with bronzer and contour. So I don't know why he only released 3, but I actually do really like this. He did say that the cream is more of a contour, the powder is more of a bronzer. So keep in mind that this shade is going to be quite a bit cooler than this shade, but I really like it. I used the cream today. I do feel like I used the cream more than the powder. I don't know why, I just tend to reach for other bronzers, but it is a great bronzer. It's matte. Now that I'm swatching it, it definitely has like a yellowy warm undertone, but it could be because it's meant to be used together and this is so cool toned that he just wanted to like kind of even it out. So as you can see, the contour is as you can see, like the contour is quite like pretty cool tone, especially compared to the bronzer. So I feel like they're really good for evening each other out. So yeah, I really like the formula on these. I haven't tried them over powder, or I haven't tried the cream part over powder, but I hardly ever use creams over my powders. It's just like a just in case. It was to like move my foundation. So yeah, I really like the formula. It worked really nice for me. I just wish he would expand the range of colors. And the next is blushes. So probably one of my most favorite things that I bought from the Sephora sale is these Milk Cosmetics Cream Blush Lights, and I got the shades Sandy Cheeks and Honey Thief. Ugh. I just love the formula on these. They're so creamy. They're so easy to use. They are more like a satin finish. I wouldn't say they're matte, but again, I don't think that they're like super luminous and dewy. They're just really easy to work with. Again, I take my brush, I just dab it in there, and then I dab it on the back of my hand and then apply it. They just look so beautiful on the skin. I haven't tried these over powder. I have heard they work well over powder. So yeah, I just think these are probably one of my favorites cream blush formulas. I couldn't think of the word. So yeah, if you haven't picked these up yet, I don't know why you haven't. I will say they have so many of these like shimmery ones, which I'm kind of on the fence about trying. I don't love super glittery, like super shimmery, luminous blushes, but everyone raves about the luminous ones too, so I'm kind of on the fence about trying them. But of the natural finish, they have 3 of the natural finish, but only 2 are available on Sephora, and then they have 1 that you can get on their website or at Beauty Bay. But I wish they would expand the range of like the natural finish ones, just because that is what I prefer, and they're all pretty warm and peachy. So I just wish they'd expand the range a little bit. But other than that, love the formula on these. And then also I got one Tower 28 Peach Please blush in the shade Golden Hour. So this one is pretty warm. I honestly do really like the formula on these too. They're very creamy. These are definitely a lot creamier. They have like more of a, I don't want to say oily finish because that doesn't sound good, but that it doesn't look oily on the skin. And this would be great for someone who doesn't like to set their face, but they like that dewy, blushed look. This would be beautiful on you. But yeah, I still use it and I love this blush. That is built up, so that's like 2 layers of this blush, just so you could really see the color. The color is like that burnt peachy kind of color. But yeah, I'm actually really impressed with this formula. I finally got it after everyone raved about it for so long. And yeah, I really do like these blushes and I like the formula on them. They're a little bit more dewy for me, but I still really like them. And then my last cream blush is the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush in the shade Nearly Berry. So this one's a lot different of a color than the other ones. I don't have a cream blush this color, so I really wanted to pick up something a little bit different. I was going to go for the pink one, but it was sold out and I was like, you know what? That's a sign that I need to not pick up another pink cream blush. So I got the shade Nearly Berry and this is so pretty. I feel like it looks so... It looks a little intimidating in the pan, especially since I'm so fair, but it's just like a really rich cranberry shade and it's so pretty. I will say this is a very different formula. It's kind of like the Jaclyn Hill blush sticks, where it's like that cream to powder formula. When you touch it in the like pot, the pan, it's very slippy and you like it's super creamy, and then when you start rubbing it on your hand, you can feel it like drying down to like that powdery formula. It's just different. It's definitely a cream to powder formula. It's definitely a matte blush. So again, if you're oily or if you're just someone who prefers like a matte blush but you still want to use creams, try this one out. It reminds me a lot of the Jaclyn Hill ones, just in like a pan instead of a stick. They're both just like that cream to powder formula that's going to dry down to a matte finish, and those are great for oily skin girls or just people who are intimidated of like really creamy, oily, dewy blushes. These 2 formulas are going to be like your best friend. And then the last blush that I picked up, and then we'll move on to lip products and then we'll be done, is the Artist Couture Love Sprung palettes, and I got the shade Volume 1 and Volume 2. Packaging on these I still absolutely love. I really like these. I think these would be great for travel just because they're a great size, but they're still compact, but they're still kind of bigger, especially like the blush size pans. I really like these. Again, the only thing that I would change is the topper in the middle, just because on like a more practical everyday basis, I'm not going to use like this really like highlighty iridescent blush, but the actual like blush shades in it are amazing. The formula on these are really nice. They're really creamy. They're really buildable, easy to work with. I will say I feel like these have a lot of pigment, so just kind of use a light hand and build them up lightly. But yeah, I really do like these palettes. I think they're great. They are limited edition, so get them while you can if you want them. If you want them and you're wanting to splurge on blush palette, these are fantastic and I really do like them. I don't know why we couldn't just do 3 matte blushes, or like even like more of like a luminous blush instead of these like kind of weird toppers, because I just know that I'm not going to use them a lot. I have used the shade Angel Energy and it did look really nice. I don't reach for it very often. I reach for the matte blushes more, but yeah. And now lip products. So the first things are these Huda Beauty cream lipsticks, and I really do like these. So I have the shades Angel and Sweet Cheeks. I use these all the time. It's a really pretty creamy lipstick with like a nice sheen. I don't feel like they're like the Fenty Beauty ones where it's just like literally like slippy gloss, I guess. That doesn't sound right. Like a lipstick and a gloss. These are like just a really pretty everyday sheer creamy lipstick. I mean, they do have pigment as you can see, but I just feel like they're just great for every single day. and I love the formula on these. They look so pretty on the lips. But love the formula. I love the Huda Beauty matte formula too. She just makes great bullet lipsticks. So yeah, really love those. Moving on. So I did also get quite a few shades of the Fenty Beauty cream lip gloss, but I just pulled one just so I could talk about the formula. I really like these. These are a great formula. If you don't really love like a shimmery sheer gloss, then you're really gonna like these. These definitely have pigment, they have color in them, and they still have such a wet glossy look, but they have a lot of color, and there is no like shimmer or glitter in these. It's just pigment and wetness. So that's the shade Mauve Wives, which is just such a pretty unique shade. If there's one thing you can count on with Fenty Beauty, it's like unique colors. So yeah, I do really love this one. If I want more of like a pigmented gloss, I'll reach for these. Love them. And they're just as good as her original Gloss Bomb formula. Last thing is these Too Faced lip injection lip glosses. So these aren't the like regular lip injections. This is like their Power Plumping lip gloss. That's like a new formula or something. So I have the shade Secret Sauce and Pretty Pony, and let me just say, I really love these, like a lot. They're kind of like, I feel like I haven't tried the original lip injections or the like lip injection max. I've only tried these formulas, and I love them. I love the formula. They make your lips look so shimmery and like juicy and wet, and they do plump the lips. I feel like it's very slightly though. Like I don't feel like this plumping lip gloss is like really like plump my lips to the max. Maybe it's because the overline is like my lips already plumped, but yeah. And I kind of like the tingling sensation. It does kind of like when you first put it on, you're like, okay, this is burning a little bit more than I would have expected. Again, I haven't tried the original formula, so I have no idea if that is like worse than these. But for these ones, it's totally like, I can handle it. I actually think it kind of feels good. It's just kind of like a burning, okay, that sounds bad. I don't know, like it's just like a tingling, like burning sensation. But if that sounds worse than what it actually feels like, I actually think that it kind of feels good on the lips. I don't know, I kind of like the way that it feels. But yeah, I have reached for these so much. I've actually kind of already made quite a dent in both of these because I reach for them like so often. But yeah, I really like these. And this color, Secret Sauce, is just like such a unique color. It's like a gold and pink reflect. It's so pretty. And then we have Pretty Pony, which is just like a clear baby pink gloss with some baby with pink shimmer in it. It's stunning. So I really do love these. That's everything I had to mention. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I might do another first impressions update and kind of update you on like the IT Cosmetics foundation. What's the other thing I want to try out more? Where are you at, ma'am? And the Fenty Beauty foundation. So I might like include these in another first impressions update just so I can try them out a little bit more. I just feel like I need more time to play with these two, but everything else I've actually like, it's just these two that I need a little bit more time with. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you found it a little bit helpful. Sometimes first impressions videos are like great to watch and see like how the product applies and you like your first instant thoughts on a product, but you never know. Like first impressions ones, you don't get to see how they wear. I mean, some of them you do, but for majority of them you don't see how it wears, and you could try it with a different primer, a different foundation, like just different products, and it might not work the same, or you may love it more. So yeah, hopefully you find these Sephora haul updates or these first impressions updates helpful. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.